Hi there, everyone. My name is Karen Pretzel Thompson, and welcome to Confidence from the Couch. Now, I'll just give you a little context on why confidence from the couch. I was told a couple of months ago that I would be getting hamstring surgery. And so for me, I was thinking, wow, okay, I work out 5, 6 days a week, sometimes up to 2 hours a day. I needed to understand my new temporary norm and what I was going to do to overcome that particular setback of inactivity, amongst other things. So I did a lot of mindset shifts leading up to my surgery. And obviously, here I am 2 weeks later and thinking I'm going to be better than ever after all of this, right? So I thought, what else can I do? I know this is happening. I know this is going to be very different for me. So I really started doing some strong visualization skills on putting myself in a really amazing place after this process and this journey that I'm on. And I also thought, why don't I have a conversation around it? Because I know we all have setbacks. We all do. So when we're faced with that setback, what do we do? How do we act? Who are we, right? So last week, I shared the first tool in overcoming our setbacks, and that would be to acknowledge it, own it, and process it. Now, that seems pretty simple, right? Of course, we're going to do acknowledge it and own it and process it. I mean, right? I think as humans sometimes, not all the time, but we're so busy and we're always going from one thing to the next that sometimes we forget how to process things. So it's really important when you're faced with a setback to understand it, really process, work through it, own it in order to move effectively forward, okay? So with that, this week's tool that we're going to talk about is action. And action is a big one, right? So after you have time to process, you've gathered, your emotions and you've gathered all the facts and you're really moving forward and with your plan and you're measuring progress along the way, action is the step that really energizes you. It helps you wash away all those negative emotions surrounded by that setback you had, and it gives you something positive to focus on. The important thing here is moving forward, right? Forward moving, action. So in the spirit of overcoming our setbacks and putting action behind it, I have a question for Susan and Judy who are watching live. Have you ladies heard of the woman Amy Purdy? Now, no need to Google. Just if you heard about her, know who she is, Amy Purdy. Write in the comment box below, yes, I have, or no, I have not. No typing. Maybe there's thinking. 5 more seconds. Nope. Nope from Judy. Susan. Susan's watching. Any feedback there, Susan? Okay. So as I was researching this topic of action and moving forward with major setbacks, she came up. And Amy is a 2014 Paralympic bronze medalist and a 2018 Paralympic silver medalist. And at the age of 19, she contracted what's called meningococcal meningitis, which is a vaccine-preventable blood infection. And she was given a 2% chance of survival. 2%. And over the course of 2 months, she lost her spleen, her kidney function, hearing in her left ear, and due to the septic shock, she ended up losing both legs below the knees. And in her words, Amy's words, she was physically and emotionally broken. Of course, right? Going through something that tremendous, the soul, I would imagine, the human soul would be a little broken from something that tremendous. And so as I was watching her TED Talk, which I highly recommend you do after our discussion today, I was watching it and 3 things came up for me around how she not only overcame her setback, but really put her setback into a positive action. And Amy herself said, In order for her to move forward in life, she had to learn to let go of the old Amy and learn how to embrace the new Amy. So the first thing that came up for me in this TED Talk, and from hearing other things that she's done, is she's really embraced that new outlook on her life. That's the first thing. You know, she also came at it with, in that new outlook, with not just enthusiasm and positivity, she had a lot of humor around it, you know, and I was thinking, I go, gosh, she has humor around this. This is just so powerful. She said the old Amy, who was 5'5", you know, now she could be the new Amy, which can be as tall or short as she wanted to be, depending on who she was dating. I just thought that was amazing and funny. And the second thing she did to overcome the setback and move forward in a positive direction with action is visualization. Now, I know I talked about visualization in several of my videos and how powerful they are. And Amy visualized how she was going to be. And she said if she was in life, if life was a book and she was the author of that book, how would she want this story to go? And she said she saw herself walking gracefully. She said she saw herself somehow helping people through my journey, or her journey. And she saw herself snowboarding again. So she even got really specific around her visualization, and that she said she didn't just see herself carving down the powder of the mountain of the powder. She visualized it so strongly she could actually feel it. You know, she could feel the wind against her face and the beat, she said, of my racing heart as it happened in that moment. And that passion, she said, that fire that she felt inside, that is when a new chapter in her life began. So after 14 months, she did get back to snowboarding. Things didn't go as planned. You know, she strapped on her new prosthetics and went down the hill. She hit a bump. She said everything flew. Her helmet, her goggles, and including her leg, which was attached to the snowboard. And she even said, again, using humor, people on the chairlift that saw that are probably still getting therapy to this day. But she thought at that moment, God, this is impossible. Then that's when she learned a couple of things. She said that's when she learned our setbacks in our lives can only be two things. One, stops us dead in our tracks, like, whoop, and then we just stop right there. We don't move forward. She said, or it forces us to get creative. And that's the third thing that I took from this TED Talk she did. She got creative. She partnered with a friend, and both Amy and her friend created new prosthetics that would allow her to snowboard again with grace and power. And what happened because of it? Well, she became the first ever female to win a bronze medal in Paralympic snowboarding. I mean, it's incredible. And what did she learn from this whole experience is, and I'm going to quote her, so I'm going to look down here for a second, said, it's that change, that challenge that forces us, to figure out what we're really made of. It makes us dig deep. It makes us find our fire. And it makes us get creative. Because that's the only way to reach beyond the reality of this current moment. It's by expecting what is, but most importantly, daydreaming of what could be. So I share Amy's story as a source of inspiration and motivation. It really doesn't matter what setback you have. You could have something tremendous happen to you, like Amy, or not. It doesn't matter. It's how you look and how you learn and how you move on and forward with positivity is what makes a difference. You know, so for me, I had my hamstring surgery, and I'm taking this opportunity to visualize a lot more than I used to, and I'm visualizing how I'm coming back stronger as a runner and more confident. I'm, you know, really bringing this series to life and having discussions around it. These are just a couple of things that I'm thinking of right now, that what I'm choosing to do in order to take this setback that I'm dealing with right now with grace, positivity, and action. Now, what are you going to do starting today? I have a few of you on here, Susan and Judy, and And oh, I think he left. Oh, there he is, Shane, my nephew Shane. What are you committed to doing when you are faced with a setback starting today? Comment below if you'd like. If you'd like to message me, great, but let's have some discussion around it. I am committed to staying positive and bringing more information to you on how to do that so we can have a really positive discussion around it and helping others with their setbacks. That's what I'm committed to doing. All right, so if you want to comment below, great. If not, message me later. This is a call to action for you. Everybody has setbacks. What are we going to learn and how are we going to move forward in a positive direction with action? Okay? So I'll see you here next week. We'll have another topic on how to take some setbacks and move forward in a positive way. I hope you all have a tremendous, fantastic rest of your week. And you can, because you have that power to make that happen. And I will talk to you then. All right? Have a great rest of your week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.